Settle in. I've got 4 stories for you tonight, all pulled directly from Reddit. True accounts from people who just needed somewhere to share.
I'm sitting here, staring at my phone, furious as I read the text from my son's dad. He wants me to pay for my son's Easter basket because he can't be bothered to get one himself. And do you know what he said next? He gave me an ultimatum. Either I send him money for the basket or I come pick up my son early so he doesn't have to deal with the consequences of his own lack of planning. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. How could he put me in this position? My son is only 6, and I've already made plans to make Easter special for him when he gets back on Monday. I've got a whole day of fun activities lined up, and I was really looking forward to spending quality time with him. But now, his dad is trying to guilt-trip me into either paying for the basket or interrupting my plans, and it's just not fair. I work hard for my money, and I was counting on that time and a half pay on Easter to help make ends meet. Can't he just take responsibility for once? The thing that really gets my blood boiling is that there are other kids at his house who will have Easter baskets. His roommate's kids, to be exact. And I know that my son will feel left out, devastated that he's the only one without a basket. It's just not right that his dad is putting me in this position, expecting me to bail him out of his own lack of responsibility. I mean, what kind of parent can't even be bothered to get their kid an Easter basket? It's just not something I can understand. I'm torn, though. A part of me wants to tell his dad to suffer the consequences of his own actions. I mean, he doesn't have a job, but he still manages to afford his nicotine and beer habit. It's just not fair that he's expecting me to foot the bill for his kid's Easter basket. But at the same time, I don't want my son to be shocked and disappointed on Easter morning. I don't want him to feel like he's not important to his dad. So, I'm stuck in this impossible situation, trying to decide what's the right thing to do. As I sit here, weighing my options, I realize that I need to take a step back and think about what's best for my son. I don't want him to feel left out or unloved, but at the same time, I don't want to enable his dad's irresponsible behavior. Maybe I can find a compromise. Maybe I can send a small gift or card to make Easter special for my son, without giving in to his dad's demands. It's not the perfect solution, but it's something. And as I think about it, I start to feel a sense of resolve. I'm going to do what's best for my son, no matter what his dad says or does. And that's all that really matters.
Real quick, if this is the kind of content you like, subscribe. It genuinely helps more than you'd think. Alright, moving on. Story number 2.
I'm sitting here, staring at my wife, feeling utterly frustrated, as she gives me that familiar look, the one that says, no, without her even having to say a word. It's been years, since I've been able to do something I truly enjoy, something that brings me so much pleasure, eating her out. I know it sounds selfish, and I'm not going to lie, it is, but I just can't help the way I feel. I've brought it up every few years, hoping that maybe, just maybe, she'll change her mind, but the answer is always the same, no. And do you know what she said next? I'm not into it, but maybe one day. That's what she told me when we first started dating, 12 years ago. I respected her boundary, I didn't push, I didn't pester. I just accepted it. But as the years went by, I found myself thinking about it more and more, wondering what it would be like, feeling like I'm missing out on something special. I'm not getting any younger, and the desire only seems to be getting stronger. It's like a constant itch that I just can't scratch. I'm not going to lie, it's hard not to feel a little devastated, every time she says no. It's like a part of me is being rejected, like I'm not good enough. But I know that's not true, I know she loves me, and I love her. It's just this one thing, this one desire that I have, that she can't fulfill. I've tried to talk to her about it, to understand why she's not into it, but she just shrugs it off, says she's not comfortable with it. And I get it, I really do, it's her body, her choice, but that doesn't stop me from feeling shocked, every time she says no, like I'm being punched in the gut. I've thought about why this is so important to me. Is it just about the physical act itself, or is it about the intimacy, the connection that comes with it? I'm not sure, maybe it's a little bit of both. All I know is that it's something I crave, something I desire deeply. But I'm an adult, and I can live with being told no. I'm not going to let this one thing come between us. I'm not going to let it ruin our relationship. I love my wife, and I respect her boundaries, even if it means I have to live with this unfulfilled desire. As I sit here, thinking about all of this, I realize that it's not about getting what I want, it's about respecting my wife's wishes, and loving her for who she is, even if that means I have to sacrifice my own desires. It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's one I'm willing to take, because in the end, our relationship is what's most important to me. And who knows, maybe one day she'll change her mind, but until then, I'll just have to keep on loving her, and respecting her boundaries, no matter how frustrated I may feel.
Moving on. But first, comment below, what would you have done in that situation? I read every single one. Alright. Story number 3.
I'm staring at my girlfriend's phone, my heart racing, and my world is crumbling around me. The message from Kay is staring back at me, his words of love and longing for my girlfriend like a punch to the gut. I feel betrayed, furious, and devastated all at once. How could she do this to me? We've been together for 7 years, and I thought we were working through our issues in couples therapy, but I guess I was wrong. The memories of our time together are now tainted with doubt and suspicion. I think back to her trip to Africa, and how she would often receive calls and messages from this K person. I had a feeling something was off, but I didn't want to jump to conclusions. But now, I have the proof I needed, and it's more than I can handle. The messages between her and Kay are explicit, talking about their love and their long-distance relationship. I feel like I'm going to be sick. How could she lie to me like this? And do you know what she said next? She told me that Kay was just a friend, that she'd call her back. Little did I know, her was actually a him. I'm trying to process everything, but my mind is a jumble of emotions. I feel hurt, confused, and angry all at once. I want to confront her, to ask her why she did this to me, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for that conversation. I think back to my previous relationship, where my girlfriend cheated on me with a close friend, and I feel like I'm reliving that same pain all over again. As I sit here, trying to gather my thoughts, I realize that I need to end this relationship. I deserve better than someone who will lie to me, who will cheat on me, and I know that I can never trust her again. The question is, how do I do it? Do I tell her that I went through her phone, that I know everything? Or do I keep that to myself, and just tell her that I know she's been cheating on me? I'm also worried about our friendship group, about how this will affect our relationships with her brother and family. I don't want to ruin my friendship with her brother, but at the same time, I feel like I need to be honest with him. And then there's the question of social media. Should I post about what happened, or should I keep it private? As I sit here, trying to make sense of everything, I realize that I need to take my time, to think carefully about how I want to handle this situation. I need to be patient, to take the necessary steps to protect myself, and to make sure that I come out of this situation with my dignity intact. It's not going to be easy, but I know that I need to do this, for myself, and for my own well-being. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to face this head-on, and I'm going to come out stronger on the other side.
Story number 4 coming up. Quick thing, if you haven't liked the video yet, now's a good time. It really does help. Okay, this next one.
I'm sitting here, staring at the news article on my phone, and I can feel my heart racing. My mind is a mess. I just can't believe it. My sister, the one who made my childhood a living hell, is accused of hiding her own daughter's dead body. I'm still trying to process the fact that she had a child, a 10-month-old baby girl, and she just left her to rot in a locked room. The thought of it is it's just too much to handle. As I read through the article, I'm taken back to my childhood, to the days when my sisters, Sarah and Rose, would abuse me in every way imaginable. Physically, emotionally, verbally, and sexually. The memories still haunt me to this day. They were biological sisters, adopted into my family when I was just 8 years old, and they made my life a nightmare. I remember the day they suffocated me until I stopped breathing, and then performed CPR on me because they didn't want to get in trouble with my parents. It's a miracle I survived. But what's even more shocking is that when I finally told my parents about the abuse when I was 16, they were horrified, but the police investigation didn't lead to any significant consequences for Sarah and Rose. They admitted to sexually abusing children from previous foster families, but they didn't go to jail. It's just not fair. And now, as I'm reading about Sarah's latest atrocity, I'm feeling a mix of emotions. I'm furious that she was able to hurt another innocent child, but at the same time, I'm devastated by the thought of that poor baby girl, left to die in such a horrific way. I keep asking myself, what could I have done to prevent this? If I had never told anyone about the abuse, would that baby still be alive today? The guilt is overwhelming. It's a weight that's crushing me. But as I reflect on everything that's happened, I realize that I'm not to blame. I was just a child, a victim of their abuse, and I did the only thing I could do. I spoke out. And now, Sarah is finally facing some kind of justice, even if it's not enough. She's in jail and she can't hurt anyone else. At least not for now. As I try to come to terms with everything, I'm left with so many questions. What drove Sarah to commit such a heinous crime? Was it a result of her own twisted upbringing? Or was it just a product of her own evil nature? And do you know what she said next, when the police found her daughter's body? He made me put her in there. Who is he? Is she just trying to shift the blame? Or is there something more to it? The thought of that poor baby girl and the life she never got to live it's just too much to bear. I'm shocked by the brutality of it all, and I'm left feeling empty, feeling like I've lost a part of myself. But as I sit here, trying to process everything, I'm reminded that I'm not alone. There are people who care about me, who want to help me heal, and that gives me the strength to keep going. I'm still trying to make sense of it all, but one thing is certain. I won't let Sarah's actions define me. I won't let her take away my voice, my dignity, or my life. I'll keep speaking out, keep sharing my story, and hopefully, it will help someone else who's going through a similar nightmare. And as I close my eyes, trying to find some sense of peace, I know that I'll always carry the memory of that poor baby girl with me, and I'll keep fighting for justice, no matter what it takes.
And that's all for tonight. If any of these stories resonated with you, you know what to do. Sleep well.